Oops. Okay, sorry. All right. I have no idea if I'm going to be in this video or not because I'm using my back camera. So we'll see how this goes. But I've got a link, I think, in the description box if I did it right, or I'll put it in there later. I made a YouTube video of doing what I'm doing now. And then there's a link in how we actually built this box too in the description box. Because my husband helped me out. We saved all these chair legs and stuff. And all sorts of stuff. And we just chopped them. And then you can buy these little screws that are pointy at the top and pointy at the bottom. And he did us up, okay? So anyway, so then we just screwed that on there. And I said this is scrap wood, but we actually had to cut this because somebody bought that box or got that box. And then they wanted to custom order one exactly the same for a Mother's Day gift. So I'm duplicating this, and we actually used some fresh wood, but use your scraps. Make it whatever size is your scraps. So with some simple tools, chop saw, some glue, and some screws, you can make the cutest flower boxes. So we did drill holes in the bottom of that to, you know, in case they put it outside. Now, I did tell this person I'm putting transfers on here, and our transfers will fade in the open sun, but there is some UV protectant that you can spray over it that will help that. I haven't tested that out for myself. I just know about it. What else can I say about that? This is the One Step Jamie Ray Vintage Curated Paint. You do not have to normally prep or seal it with wax or a top coat. It's one step. So it's really great to move on with the transfer. So I'm not going to distress this or anything. It's going to be a solid color. It's probably going to take 2 coats, 1.5 coats, because this is so dry that it might cover in one, but I'm going to go ahead and put one. It's custom, so I want to make sure it's good, right? So that's what I'm putting on, Vintage Mint. I had to watch the video. I had to go back and watch the video to see what color I used because I didn't know if it was Americana but it's Vintage Mint. Look how pretty it is. So we've got a lot of good colors in this. I have all these products that I'm using in the website. Okay, so I'm going to use our DIY. Don't remember the names of these brushes. We've got all sorts of sizes. The One Step paint, you do really need to make sure you get it stirred up because the binders are in the bottom and they'll float to the bottom. So you got to pull all those up. So make sure you really, really get it stirred good so that it'll cure correctly and all the stuff. Oh, and the JRV is self-leveling, so it will have a smoother texture than our clay paint. You can get a smooth texture with the clay paint too. You would just have to take a sanding block, and don't let that scare you. I mean, literally, you take a sanding block that's like this, and you go over it like that fast, and it's done. Seriously. And then you'd put another coat on, you could do it again, and then you seal it if you want it smooth. I love the texture, so. I don't have my iPad to see if I'm on here, right? So I'm just looking at the back of the camera, not even sure if I'm in here. So you can go all different directions, and when you come back and it's dry, it'll be smooth and level like butter. So you can use our clay paint on cabinets, but this would be superb on cabinets if you want that more of a factory finish. So at my workshops, we've been doing stuff with these boxes, and I tell them to go ahead and do down inside, maybe not the bottom, just because, I mean, it'll seal the wood too. But if your pot's not as big as that and you walk by, you want to see the pretty color instead of the inside. But sometimes the raw wood and then the paint looks good too, but think about that. even when we do flower pots in our workshops, I have them go down a little way so it, you know, shows. Whoa, I'm getting crazy here. Make sure I'm still in here. Yep, okay. Covers really good. Okay, I will tell you something I have learned with the one-step paint. It is different than our clay paint on slick surfaces like metal. You can use it on metal. You can use it on glass, but it takes more coats to cover it. And in my opinion, I would put a coat of our clay formula down first and then put the one step over it to give it just some grip. So it kind of depends on what you're doing and what you care about. Okay, so I'm taking a smaller brush because there's some different levels here. I'll probably go live again after I get the second coat and after I dry it. So it'll be maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5. It'll be later. Punch the notification bucket if you want to be notified. And I'm going to put the Lost Garden transfer on here. It's one of our new releases because that's what was on the other one. And that's what she said. She wanted the same flowers and everything because her mom really liked it. So, anyway, so I will put that on later. What else can I tell you about? So I am working on a video. I was going to do a series of absolutely basic one-on-one how-to, and I still want to do that because I still need that for new customers to be able to, hey, go to this link and follow this and know how to do this. And I have just, it's just so hard for me just to go basic. And so I ended up, the video this week was going to be basic cover, you know, how to do it. But I ended up, I'm going to do a decoupage, not basic, blending it into the thing. So maybe the following week, I'll start a series every once in a while of basic 101 painting, but reach out to me if you need to. I'm very accessible. Like, I'm an empty nester. Yes, I'm crazy busy, but this is like my favorite thing in the world. And people don't understand I'm really small business, have very small amount of followers, and I'm really accessible. Like, I will answer your questions. Like, oh my gosh, no, don't do that. If you send me a picture or ask me a question, or I'll help you. Okay. And even if I got super, super busy, I'd probably hire somebody to help me so I can answer the questions because I love it. I love this stuff. Like, it's like talking about my newborn baby, you know, like sit and look at all the pictures of my newborn baby. So you're not going to drive me nuts. Yes, I'm super, super busy, but I'm pretty responsive. Like, I try to, oh, now that's sad. I got some of that on there on that leg and it's already stained. I don't usually use stain, but I was doing a project for, I use our Dark and Decrepit for faux stain because it's non-toxic and less messy and all the stuff. But I'm doing a project for, my husband built a shelf for a business, and all the other, we're trying to match the other woodwork in there. So I went ahead and stained these legs because I had that all out. And I thought about taping them off and I didn't. So now I get to repair that. Matter of fact, let's just on film so you can see. I'm going to take a Lysol wipe and let's just see how hard that is to get off there. Oh, it's not going to be hard at all. Oh yeah, it's going to come off good. I love working with Lysol wipes and baby wipes for just this kind of thing. So this will cure so solid. Like it's going to be very secure, but it depends on your humidity, how long it'll take. I usually say when I do a custom piece or do cabinets, I'm like, you can gently wipe them off with water and a rag in a couple of weeks. And in 30 days, 30 to 60 days, depending on your humidity and the surface you're painting and all the stuff, dried and cured is two different things. So don't, manhandle something when it's new. This can be wet distressed back. It's crazy that it can when it's one step paint, but it can. Our clay paint wet distress is really, really good and can be blended and messed with up to like 6 months before it hardens back up to the clay, rock. So it's kind of nice. So it's really durable. And I love our DIY paint. It does not fade in the sun. That's why we did our outdoor flower boxes in the DIY paint. It will not fade. It will be the same color, even Oklahoma sun. I've tested it on cinder block on the front of my old studio. I've got it on my glass and I've got it on a metal door and it has not faded. It's crazy because it's clay. It's almost completely all clay. A lot of clay paints will say they're clay and they might have 3% clay in it. Ours is like probably like 90% clay. So it's non-toxic, like absolutely non-toxic. It's not low VOC, it's no VOC. Okay, so I got the first coat on all of that. And I will take a heat gun and heat this up to, push the steps a little bit. And I'm going to put my second coat on. And then I'll probably dry at least one surface, maybe two, because we wrapped it around. And I'll do that with you later today too. Okay, but for now, I'll get my camera and I want to show you the upcoming video. Okay, let me see if there's any comments. Okay, let's see. Okay, love the milk paint. Milk paint. Okay, I do have milk paint. This is One Step curated paint. I do like milk paint too. It's a different beast. I have some here, but I haven't used it in a while. But okay, porch rocking chair that we could paint basic. Yes, for sure. Really want to learn to teach about the basic skills. Okay, I do. I've been getting requests. I do, Vicki. I need to do the basics. I will do it. Okay. That paint comes off easily before it's cured. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So that's going to be super cute. And this is my next, this was supposed to be my basic 101 video and then it didn't turn out basic. But look at these legs. And then I knew I wanted to do decoupage on the top and Caitlin said, what about that flamingo paper? And then I about started screaming because look, see how the flamingo's neck looks like these French provincial legs? So that's why I did those pink. And then I was trying to match. This isn't, I thought this was black and gray. So I've got a thing of dark gray under here, but then, and when this is sealed, it'll look more like this. So I'm going to do a technique. I watched a video today, how to blend this where it doesn't look like a piece of square on this. So I think that's going to be next week's video, which I've got to move along really fast because I've got other stuff doing. But yeah, so that's going to be next week's video. And let me show you. So these are some of the other flower boxes we did just out of scrap wood and scrap legs. And we had so much fun the other night. And here's some of our boxes we did before. This is like indoor. Those were made for outdoor, which you could put them wherever. And then we did some without legs, some with little legs. Okay, but let me show you the Lost Garden we're going to do, which I did not buy very many new releases. It is so expensive to carry all these products. So I used one, and I'm going to have to open another one. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, yes, I do. I have several of the Lost Garden. Good deal. So this is what we're putting on here. Look at these. They're so pretty. So you can go and watch the video. It really helps me without spending a dime if you will like and watch and comment and subscribe. If you can watch it all the way through, I really get points with YouTube. So anyway, that's what's going to be on here. Here's some of their examples of how they did it. So anyways, okay, that's all I'm going to do for today. Here's another like example of the transfers on a mirror, and you don't have to seal them or anything, and it's so fun. I really like to do the transfer and then go over the wood too, but for some reason I just did that. So all right, well, that's all I'm going to show you today because I gotta get busy here. Got some touch up on there to do, but anyway, so look at that beautiful color. I just love it. So let me know if you guys need anything. I'll put the link to my website in the description box because look at all this stuff I have. I've got all of it. So, okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you again later, I hope. As long as everything goes as planned, I don't have to cook supper tonight. My mother-in-law's taking care of my honey tonight because he's working in the same town she is. And so I might work late. So I'll come on here a little bit later and do that. And thank you guys, and I'll read the comments later.